Hey everybody, today we're going to do lesson plan 3, grade 2, term 2. Remember, it's a revision lesson of what we've done in term 1. Here you have the CAPS link. You can have a look at that. You can pause. Um, then we're going to go down and we're going to look at the resources and the dictionary words. Remember, very important, I'm going to focus a bit on this estimation one. So I think there are 10 peas in the pot. Remember, always if I think, if I estimate, if I guess, I must always check and compare. That helps children to understand number concept then. So I want you to pause here and then plan and your resources and prepare those and then go through the dictionary words. This is again for you as parent and teacher to support your child. Then we're going to go to the daily routine, the counting and the mental maths. You're going to ask the questions again like you did previously. The counting 0 to 150, we're going to count in tens. Remember again, we need to count concrete objects. You can use the SA Teacher library that's available on the SA Teacher eStore.co.za, where we're going to count using the representative level, that is pictures. And then what we're going to do is we're going to count by doing a rhyme. We're going to count 10, 20, 30, up to 150, and then backwards. And then we're going to start asking questions. What is the next 10 after 60? What is the 10 before 60? Give me the tens between 10 and 50. So those questions are very important so children understand numbers in context. So I want you to pause and then do the accounting activity. Then we're going to go to the mental mathematics. So again, you've got your answers here. Ask these questions orally and then go through the answers. Now, very important is to ask, how did you get your answer? We're at this point where we need to ask them how they got the answer. Here's just one way of thinking. Um, but I use this because here you can clearly understand that the child understands what is a 10 and an 8 and a 10 and a 3. So they understand place value. Very important that they make use of place value to add here. So if I use the place value, I break up the number into 10 and 8, 10 and 3 in my head. I add then the tens and then add the units. So I want you to pause and I want you to do this activity. Okay, welcome back. So just an overview of what we're going to do today. We're going to look at the unifix boxes so we can count them 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Again, if you don't have blocks, make use of this picture that I show here. You could just always pause the video, or it's sometimes easier to just go and get the lesson plans and the worksheets from our SA Teacher eStore. Um, then we're going to look at the flashcards, and then we're going to look at time. So let's just look at the summary of our activities for today. Then is, remember, we're going to count beads, blocks that you already done in your introductory activities. And then we're going to give the learners some addition and subtraction sentences. Um, and then we're going to use techniques like building down, breaking up, and so on. So this is just an overview. So let's then go to the next part of the overview. That's patterns, functions, and algebra. So we're going to count in ones, tens, and twos up to 100. Remember the previous lesson where we used the number boards. And then we're going to look at analog and digital times on the clocks. Remember again, we've got different concepts because we're just busy with revision. So what we have here then is, firstly, our base 10 blocks where we're going to count it and we're going to show it with our flashcards. I also listed a lot of resources that we can use because we're going to add and subtract up and get answers up to 20. You can also make use of the worksheet um, that we're going to do a bit later on. Um, Number lines, very important, and doubling and halving. So we're going to look at question 3 and 6 now. So here again, I just want to repeat where we do addition up to 20. This is where we use the physical resource. They move it around, they show it to you. This is where we make drawings or make use of drawings. And then for patterns, we're going to count we're going to count in ones, tens, and twos up to 100. Um, this side again is where they will do it practically using resources. Here they can just do it on the number board. And then we're going to look at time by using the pictures, but you can also visit sateacherestore.co.za. We got a clock and it's developed, and all the ideas are given by a variety of teachers, and then we came up with this little plugin that you can then install on your computer and use. So today's activities are where you're going to count the objects, uh, you're going to give the total of the flashcards, we're going to make use of number lines without numbers, so we call it bead lines. Then you're going to make use of number lines here, you're going to fill in missing numbers, um, and then lastly, we're going to do some clock activities. Remember, again, these are all revision activities. Um, let's just go to the next page. Here we're going to use the number lines. So first going to show 15 plus 5, and then with a different color, or at the bottom you can show then 5 plus 15. Remember, sometimes there's a rule that we say we need to do addition at the top and subtraction at the bottom. It's not true. We can show it any place on the number line. It's just when we show subtraction, we're going to show the full number 20, and then we come back showing an arrow. Where with addition, we got one arrow and we go forward then with the next arrow. I want you to do these number lines, and then we're going to carry on the problem solving. We're going to revise what we did in term 1. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a consolidation like we did it previously.